Toronto is still digging itself out from the mounds of snow built up from yesterday's major storm. As you can see behind me, many people emerging today to find streets, vehicles, and properties still buried. The city says it's been out in full force with its clearing efforts, but some feel like they've been left to fend for themselves. Neighbors with shovels in hand doing their best to navigate the snowbanks and make way for each other in East York.
I think it's been 48 hours of nonstop shoveling. I did it 6 hours yesterday and this morning another 2, so we're just trying to clear out spots where we can find them. And
neighbors helping each other just to sort of switch spots, clean up one spot and then go to another spot to just, make it better for everybody.
The all-for-one approach may work on one residential street, but the city as a whole was still hampered after the winter wallop on Monday. Buses were still stuck on a number of major roads early Tuesday, waiting to be cleared, leaving some transit service in limbo to start the day. City officials claiming 600 road plows, 200 salt trucks, and 360 sidewalk plows were out and had multiple rounds on major expressways and arteries, and that the residential streets were next in line.
As you can see, it's a cul-de-sac here, and so the trucks, they have to back in, and they have to, they usually come with 2 trucks, the plow and the shovel, and a dump truck to put the snow. They don't come here, they're not going to be here for days probably.
Toronto also has a 300-kilometer network of 2,400 laneways behind houses and buildings, where some have found themselves jammed in with nowhere to go.
But all of a sudden I got stuck and I cannot go nowhere. And I just went back to the house. I think the city, they should do something. They should clean up the laneways.
There is a priority order in which this simply has to be done, and it makes sense. I think people understand it as much as they may wish that their own road or even their own arterial road or something closer to them, a laneway in their neighborhood, should get done first.
What is the city doing for those who might find themselves stranded, either at home, not able to get out, or perhaps not being able to move their vehicle as a result of plows going throughout the city and plowing those vehicles into their space?
From the city standpoint, of course, we are at the ready at 311, or in the case of an emergency situation at 911, to be responsive to people who find themselves in that situation. And the best thing we can do, I think, to make it possible for people who might find themselves in that circumstance is to proceed as we're doing.
And yet, despite its efforts, what the city is doing might still not be good enough.
I think Toronto always struggles, and they don't make the best decisions for pedestrians. The roads are having a challenge, but the sidewalks suck.
Well, the city says snow clearing operations will be continuing through the night and tomorrow. Once all the snow has been plowed and pushed aside, it becomes a matter of removal from some of those major snow routes as well, and that is expected to start later in the week.